Radio, where was we? So, our first mission. So, what I forgot to do, since since I'm a complete dumbass, there is a mod you can download. Let me go here because I don't know if taking too long will have the hostage just killed, which I'm pretty sure happens. So, let's talk in the menus for now. So, there is a mod. If I press F11. There it is. So there's something called a gold filter mod, which I found on some Reddit forums. I'll link the mod in the description so you can get it. So basically, what I said earlier was they removed the luster from this game. They removed something like this game was quite. It has like a gold filter over the screen. It makes everything like goldy sort of coloured. For some reason, it was removed in the director's cut, and nobody knows why. Again, it's probably because it was like a port from the Wii U or something like that. I don't know if that's true or not. It probably is, but yeah, they removed the gold filter, which is really weird because it removes a lot of the lighting and stuff. So I'll show you what it looks like. So if I go back to here, so I don't know if it'll work here. It's normally better with a lot of. In fact, it might be better outside the actual buildings instead of here. But anyway, let's see. So if we look here, this is without it on. If we add the gold filter, see that it makes it dark. See, to me, having it off, this area is just too light. Like there's no gloom, dinginess to this, because this is like we're in like a cyberpunky world where, you know, it's dark and gloomy and shit like that. So, you know, this is with it on, and if you change the lighting to the original, yeah. So this is this is like the director's cut lighting or the bloom, and this is without it on. Like this is the OG version. That's director's cut. Like, all the director's cut has done is they just made everything light. Everything's bleached. It just looks horrible. But I like the lighting for the original one, and the lighting style that's the original one. That's director's cut. That's the original. Is that any different? Not really. It just says DC fixed. But yeah, I like that, but that is just weird. Like, they've just made everything too light. So yeah, without the gold filter on, with the gold filter on, I mean, it doesn't look that cool at the moment, but you'll see what I mean. So we'll play with this one for now. I'll take it on and off later on. It's easier to see in areas where in the main hub. Don't need to talk to this twat. I don't need to talk to cops. So start picking up everything that's not nailed down, because I don't know if I can remove those tutorials. I'll have a look. Well, I looked and I can't find anywhere to get rid of them, so I'll just skip them. You don't really need them if you played this game before. Plus, I've changed some of the key bindings, so it probably doesn't make sense. Yeah, you can pick up like anything that's highlighted when you scroll over it. You can pick it up or search it, and the left click makes you throw it away. But yeah, this game is always good to look around. See, one is. Yeah, so when you're running as well, if you're looking at the health bar at the top left, when you run, it has this little arrow thing that's basically your stamina bar. It's like super short. You can upgrade it later on if you need to. Let's talk to this guy.
Tell me you're the guy we've been twiddling our thumbs waiting for.
SI Security. Name's Jensen.
Jensen. Yeah, I thought I recognized you. Used to be on Team 2 till that Mexican town thing went down. I gotta say, you're the last person I pictured taking orders from a CEO.
Things change.
Not always for the better. Feel like getting in there and doing whatever it is your boss wants you to do? Because maybe then we can do our job.
Yeah, look at the difference in cutscenes. That's too light for me without it on, and with it on, it just has a dark tinge to it. I kind of like that. Swap plans.
You look pretty dug in up here. What's the react team plan?
We got Alpha as point and Bravo as wing, both standing by to breach the target. We're coordinating from here, but until your boss gives us the go-ahead, we're just holding our dicks.
Realistically, how much time do I have before any shooting starts?
According to protocol, none. According to your lawyers, the sooner you get in there, the sooner we can hose this powder keg down and call it a day.
Intel on these purists. How much you got?
How much you want?
Demands?
They communicate any demands yet?
Not yet, but I get the feeling they're not that organized. Most of the guys I've seen look like street bangers and thugs. The kind who get their jollies trashing equipment. You ask me, is the man in charge you have to worry about.
The leader's name is Sanders, right? What's his story?
Zeke Sanders. We're running background on him now. Looks like he fought 2 tours in the Gulf. One of them on a recycled military bill.
You mean he's augmented? Seraph told me he's not.
He used to be augmented. Says his augs made him do evil shit, so he ripped him out. Now he's got a whole crew of gullible street kids listening to his crap and ready to die for him. Or kill.
How many am I looking at down there?
Hard to say. We've spotted 3 in the courtyard, maybe half a dozen inside. But that's a sketchy estimate at best, since we seem to be getting a loop playback off your telecams.
That shouldn't be possible. I told Seraph to make sure Pritchard overhauled the system.
Well, someone inside must be tech savvy, because all we're seeing is a loop. For all we know, there could be 5, 10, or 3 dozen perps in there.
I think I've heard enough.
You sure? Wouldn't want to make your boss unhappy.
Hostages?
We've got people inside. Any idea where I should look for them?
Yeah. Your plant manager, Josie Thorpe, managed to slip a call out before someone snatched her cell. She said the hostages are being held in an office near the assembly labs.
Makes sense. The workers were setting up for a production run, so they'd have been concentrated there.
You know more about that than I would. Anything else?
No, I don't care about what SWAT does.
Let's
Let's go. No more talking. I really have this hard time of wanting to talk to people in games. Like, because I can read a lot faster than they talk, and I'd rather not stand around waiting for them to finish a line that I've already read. I'm very impatient. I'm a very impatient person. So, yeah. There we go.
Jensen, it's me, Pritchard. Where are you?
On a roof overlooking the plant.
Good. Your point of entry should be through shipping and receiving.
Should be, Francis. The hell does that mean?
We have an employee entrance there, heavily guarded by purists, no doubt. So, if you're not a fan of the frontal assault, I suppose you could try accessing the building's roof.
So, this is a good time. This is a good spot to troll enemies. Like, you can throw boxes down off here and then throw them onto this guy down here. And everyone will start going to alert. I'm not going to do that because, although it's funny, it leads to complications later on. So, yeah. Trolling enemies in this game is just something that you do. Just because it's amusing. So, yeah, our deal is, as I said before, we're going to be sneaky. But that doesn't mean I'm going to avoid enemies. I'm going to knock out as many enemies as I can. Just because it's funny. You know? I mean, doing a pure stealth run is, you know, without interfering with anyone, it's easy in this game. It's much more harder to actively go out your way to knock people out. So, let's talk it with the guards.
Getting too close to any guard is a risk.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Yeah, everything seems under control. No sign of SWAT.
Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And my first knocked out guard. Merciful soul, meaning that they've not killed him. Yeah, dragging enemies in this game is super slow, so it's easy to just throw them, which is good. E to search, and E again should take all items. Yeah, so if you hold E, it drags on. This is how slow dragging is. You can stand up and drag, but that's just stupid. You'll be caught. So yeah, what you do is you press left click, and you just throw them. Like, you just yeet them across the fucking floor, which is always funny. So the easiest way to come into this building is climb up this like structure here, and you can go in from the roof and drop down. There's a lot of enemies in this courtyard, as you can see in the map in the bottom left. The grey triangles are enemies. They go yellow when they're suspicious and red when they're hostile. So yeah, keep that in mind. I always like to go the complicated way, just because it's more fun. So climbing on this game, you can't climb unless there's an actual jumpable route. You can't pull yourself up ledges and stuff. It's not something you can do. Like, I couldn't climb up this box. I'd have to climb up the box behind it to get on top of that, which makes climbing sometimes it gets really annoying, which is right. So yeah, climbing's a pain in the arse basically sometimes. Okay. I'm basically going the way that you're not supposed to. I mean, you can go this way. There's no reason you can't, to be honest. But it's normally it's better stealth-wise to go above on top of the roof and then just drop down. Just because you avoid all these enemies. Like, if you're going for like a stealth, not being caught sort of run, then it's always best to go the stealthiest route, which this is not. Is that guy there? Cool. Yeah, you make noise when you walk, so sneaking is your main go-to. But if you go to walls, it's quicker because you can just slide up the wall. And we're in.
Pritchard, I'm in. The door.
There you go. Ghost, it means he's not been caught.
The Typhoon is in the factoring labs. There's an elevator just past the assembly labs that will take you to it.
Got it.
Alright, so I will quick save in random areas for me personally, because I know that sometimes an area can be it can be difficult to get through, especially if you're not done so. A good save point is probably here. So if we, yeah, so F5 does work. It didn't work earlier. So yeah, this area is there's a lot to be discovered in this game. If you're going through the game without knocking anyone out and such, you miss a lot of stuff. So I don't know. I always have more fun in these types of games when I'm knocking out enemies, just because it's funny. So pick up the shotgun. Even though we're doing a non-lethal run, it's, give me that, you bastard. Yeah, it's always good to pick up weapons because you can sell them for money. So yeah, never leave a weapon behind if you've got space. Is what I'm saying, because you can sell it. Do that. So what I'm gonna do, I'll show you where you came up from. If you went on the roofs, it should be fine in here. So, if we come up here, yeah, be mindful as well if there's a window, because guards can see through the windows. They're not stupid. So yeah, just be careful when you are wandering around in this game. It's getting caught in such random places is yeah, it's quite weird. So you drop in from here, just up here. You drop down and you jump, and you come this way. As you noticed, I picked up trank rounds for the rifle because this is a pretty good area to snap the enemies if you need to. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because if guards find a downed body, they go into alert and they'll wake the person up, meaning that you've alerted them and the person you've knocked out is awake. So yeah, that's why it's always better to go for, say, the stun gun. It doesn't have the best range, but yeah, it's always better. Plus, enemies. Yeah, if enemies waking up enemies it's frustrating because it just leads to complications later on. So if you're gonna knock somebody out, make sure you knock everybody out in the vicinity or hide the bodies. So yeah, they can't see you up here. Here's why I'm being quite cautious. But yeah, you can't get up here because you can't climb. You do get an upgrade later on that increases your jump. You get a little boost, meaning you can get up stuff like that easier. But you don't get any kits until near the end of this level. Your first practice kit is. But yeah. So yeah, this is the area you come down from when you drop from the roof. Head back down. Well, I think I can use this computer without anyone seeing me. I don't remember. So, yeah. See, newspapers don't count towards Scholar if you're going for a Scholar. These ebooks, though, if it counts towards the achievement that you're looking for, it should come up with Scholar on the left-hand side of the screen when I pick it up. Maybe. See, it didn't, meaning that it doesn't. That's just an ebook. From what I remember, enemies can see you when you're on the computer as well. You're not invisible, even if you're crouched. So be mindful of that. Before we got problems. See, a lot of this stuff is I won't read it because it's just I don't know. It's not interesting for me to read. It's just talk of random characters you're never gonna see or care about. I mean, it's good for world building, I guess. It's like if you've played like Fallout, it's like finding a terminal and it having a conversation with some person who doesn't exist anymore. It's, you know, it's for me personally. I don't care. I can speed read it if it's important. It will like if you read something that's got a code, the game will automatically let you use the code when you need to. So you don't have to remember anything that's written down, which is pretty cool. So there's a few guys in here. From what we can see on the minimap, there's at least 4. The thing with this guy is you don't want to take this guy out. Not just yet. What you want to do is wait for him to piss off back down there. And we're going to go this way. Yeah, knocking this guy out sometimes will be detected. It's going to turn again. Yeah, you got to be careful of enemies that do that. A lot of them will walk off and then turn around randomly. So you just got to make sure that you know that the person's going to turn around. Hey, you can't knock this guy out without anyone seeing. I really should go the other way. So I'm looking on the minimap at the moment to make sure that there we go. Walked dreadfully slow when he crouched. Bloody box. There we go. We're basically safe now. Knocking all these enemies out in this area is quite difficult. It's difficult to do without them seeing each other. I mean, if you was to do it, you'd have to probably go the other way. I came this way because I thought I'd be able to knock the guy out that's standing here. I thought I'd be able to knock this guy out, but I only just realized that an enemy comes up this way. I mean, I could just knock him out and then drag his body, but I mean, I could. In fact, let's do a quick save, and I don't know how much I'm going to cut out of this, because a lot of this game is going to be me just waiting. I don't think that's going to be too much fun. So yeah, every time you perform a knockout, it uses 1 energy bar. Wait for that guy to turn around. It's just dragging buddies in this game is... Come on! It's so slow at dragging. Take the gun. Yoink. Yeah, sometimes you have to resist the urge to quick save after you knock somebody out. It's always best just to wait for enemies to patrol, just to make sure that no one's going to notice or they're going to see the body. Okay. So the main guy, that guy, was the only obstacle in the way. All the rest of these are quite easy to knock out. I should be right there. Take his gun. This guy should be fine. That dude shouldn't turn around. Right. Another one down. Holy shit. And another good thing about knocking enemies out in this game is they drop stun grenades, stun gun ammo. So the dude that's searching through that box, he never moves from that spot. So he isn't a threat. It's the dude that's walking around that's the threat. You got to be careful as well that even though your stun gun doesn't sound like it makes a noise, enemies will still notice if an enemy gets put down. Like if they're in vicinity of them. Plus, you can make noise when you're walking, so as well, don't. Yeah, just be mindful. See, these guys, they don't matter if there's no more enemies in this area now. So they can stay there. Did I loot that guy? Yeah. Yeah. Throwing enemies, just grabbing them and pressing the left mouse button. If you notice, it uses energy. There you go. Not enough energy. Like, it uses energy to drag people, which is very weird. So yeah, this area is done. So we can do a quick save. So that just in case I bollocks it up in a minute, because I forget something, I won't have to come all the way back. So the Cyber Boost protein bars or Pro Energy bars basically give you, you know, your batteries. It gives you one battery. So they are your lifeblood basically. You want to keep as many of them as you can. So if you look here, so this is your inventory screen or your box. This is your backpack, which you have to manage quite a lot. This screen that's unusable is upgradable. You spend practice points to upgrade your backpack basically. It's not always necessary. Basically, the more you have, the more weapons you can carry, and which then would sell. So I'd sell all the weapons that I'm not going to use, the ammo, the grenades, because you don't need grenades. I'm stealthy. The only thing that you want to keep is your stun gun, as many stun gun darts as you can, as many energy bars, and everything else is surplus. Like painkillers you don't need because you won't be getting caught. These remote detonative explosives, these are handy to use in non-lethal situations to blow up walls and such. So you want to keep them. But yeah, you don't want to put grenades. If you accidentally press G and you have a grenade set, you'll throw the grenade, which is not always helpful. I've done it. I've panic fired. I panic pressed G when because I think F used to be collect in this game, but I set it to E instead, and I've accidentally glazed over my F button and pressed G and threw a grenade, and yeah, that did go well. But yeah. The other thing with this game is you can't, there's no like auto, like you can't just like say, you can't click and then say auto arrange. You have to do it manually, which is a pain in the dick. Like, concussion grenades, they're non-lethal, so it's good to have. Okay. I'll try not to go too much into the inventory. So, yeah, we don't want to spend too much time fanning around, putting everything the way it should, just so like you have to go for your inventory sometimes so you can pick up more stuff. Basically, that's kind of the only reason you do it so much. But while we're here, we'll have a look around. That's a vent we can go through into the next area. Yeah, like, this game has been made so you can stealth 100% stealth through all the enemies. It depends on the type of stealth that you want to do. Like, oh, there's another thing I should say as well. You have brittle legs, like super brittle legs. If you jump from, even though you think, oh, I'd survive that fall, he won't. He would snap his legs like twigs. So yeah, be very, very mindful of where you fall from or jump off from, because you really don't want to be snapping your tiny little robot legs. I think pressing E again should drop it. Yeah. Oh, this game has this habit of like glitching through boxes when you crouch. So the hostages in this section of the game, they are completely optional. You don't have to save them. But yeah, you notice that traveler popped up then. Every time you explore somewhere random like this, you get XP. So it's always best to go out of your way just to explore vents, just because, you know. So if I drop down there, I ain't getting back up, so let's not go there just yet. There is a lot of, like I said, in this game specifically, there's a lot of stuff to miss.
Anybody seen D-Rag?
Probably smoking a cigarette.
Cig of weed.
Be wandering off like that.
Yeah, they can see you if you're not careful.
What for? The popos ain't coming in here. Not while we's holding all the cards.
Gonna drop down there.
You see Zeke when that Hansel ever sneaked us? Never seen no one twitch that fast. He's gonna get us out of this.
Not if those popos catch us blazing. So split up.
That dialogue. It's so cringy. Using the term popo and blaze. Guarantee the voice actors who did the voicing for these gangsters have never smoked a cigar weed before in their life. Oh, it's so funny. Right. Yeah, be mind. Yeah, enemies can sort you through vents and shit. You're not a stealth suit in a vent, unfortunately. So you just gotta be careful. So the best way to drop down is this vent down here that I came to originally, but we're not gonna go that way. We're gonna go back because there's something I wanted to do before we push forward.